saw you marking out by the video screen. I knew that match was good from the way you screamed. The carnage was going strong, and the chair shots were oh so wrong. And I could tell it wouldn't be long till you were marking with me, yeah, with me. I could tell it wouldn't be long till you were marking out with me, marking out on Mark Out Mania. We're marking out this Saturday morning, Mark Out Mania. We're glad you spend this time to mark with us.
Oh, good job, Pedro.
Oh, nice. Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
What is up, people? Woo, that was all right, Pedro. I wasn't bad. I wasn't too shabby. I liked it. It's kind of cool.
I didn't practice it. I just kind of messed with it in my head last night, so it's a one shot. But.
That was kind of cool. I like that. Joan Jett.
Yep. Double Y, double H, and Magnificent Melissa in the chat.
Double Y, double H, what's going on? The Lego Queen Melissa, what is up? How's everybody doing today? Everybody feeling it? Everybody good?
Yes.
All this, pre WrestleMania week.
Oh my God! It's got like 9,000 wrestling shows are going on that weekend. It's like savage. It's so much.
There's a
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. And because I read that the WWE as it took over Pier 42 down in the Village, and they're running shows up to WrestleMania and after WrestleMania, like all week long, because I think they're trying to combat everybody else running their shows. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, guys. I got kind of a sore throat. These new horse heart pills I'm taking. Fun times. Yeah.
You sure that's my Tic Tacs?
Preemptive Tic Tacs for the halitosis queen.
My Tic Tacs for the halitosis.
Oh,
so
no.
I can hit the bitch in the back of the head. Bah!
Oh, God. We apologize to this lady. This beautiful, wonderful breast lady.
Fuck that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it's supposed to be a lot of shows. And Melissa, 8 o'clock in the morning on the left coast. I don't hear you. Have plenty of cafe.
Yeah, we're at 11 a.m. here.
Yeah,
Pedro's at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
That's not too shabby. But yeah, guys.
So of course the big horrible news of the week is, even though none of us are huge WWE fans, we are all upset, that Asuka has lost her SmackDown Women's title to Charlotte, just for the sake of Charlotte having a title, and they're putting in one more damn title into the main event of WrestleMania, which is like, really, who cares? I mean, did that change anything for anybody, watching? No.
I think part of the reason they did it was to take one more match off the show, because they always have too many matches on that show.
I heard another rumor about that show.
Oh, okay.
I heard that the reason why that they did it is because they want all 4 horsewomen at the end.
Yes, I've heard
all
this.
Standing with the straps, and then the other 4 horsewomen, the 4 women of the other crew, or it's supposed to be like a little face-off. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's the rumor I heard. All I know is this: they kept Asuka off TV for almost a month, all right, only wrestling in house shows. And then they take the belt off and put it on Charlotte, which makes absolutely no sense. All you did was devalue the SmackDown Ladies Championship, okay? And you devalued Asuka. You have one of the greatest talents in wrestling, and you just totally shit on her.
Well, look, her entire Kana / Asuka, her entire thing in the WWE has been to be sacrificed to Charlotte again and again. Her whole undefeated streak existed just to give Charlotte another bona fide going into, because the original long-term booking was was Charlotte versus Ronda here. And so Charlotte taking the undefeated streak at last year's WrestleMania was supposed to be another credential to, you know, prop her up versus Ronda.
Right.
But of course things change with the Becky explosion and stuff. But
yeah, but here's my thing: isn't Charlotte already over enough?
of course, I mean she's over. She would be always over. Like now, Charlotte's good in the ring and all that. I'm not saying she's bad in the ring, but even if she was even if she was bad in the ring, she would be over just because of her name and her look, because she looks so much like her dad.
Yeah, unfortunately for her.
Yeah.
Brutal. But I don't, you know, I don't like the way, and you know, like even all the women, because they advertised a fatal 4-way match live on SmackDown, and they totally bumped that match, and all the participants in that match were all on Twitter, all a little pissed off, you know, because they totally did Asuka wrong and everybody else wrong.
I mean, they all miss out on a main WrestleMania payday, don't they? And now they're on the pre-show.
They're going to be in a Battle Royal pre-show.
Yeah.
Which to me is a slap in the face. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing, though, is you know, if you look back at WrestleMania over the years, they're never, you know, I mean, like, you know, 8 or 9 matches was like it. I mean, sometimes even less. You know, I mean, it's amazing that there is so much, and this is the problem with them being so big. Is now you got the biggest show of the year. Everybody feels like that they've put in all this time all year round, you know, and everybody should have a match. And in some way, you know, everybody's right and everybody's wrong. You know, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
totally agree with you, Double Y, Double H. I think Ronda sucks at acting as well. She sucks huge balls. Okay.
She did a great job of getting killed in mile 22.
Oh my goodness!
She just had this sad look on her face, and she dropped, you know, two grenades in front of the Korean terrorists. And
I'll tell you like this: for all the shit that I talked, that, you know, you know, like I'm not a big fan of WWE. I'll be watching Monday, Tuesday. I'm gonna watch Monday, Tuesday, because I want to see how they handle this whole thing with Asuka.
You talking about the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania?
No, the one before and after. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it's the last Raw, right? Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay. Yeah. I didn't have plans to watch WrestleMania anyways, and I still don't have plans to watch it. So
no, I don't either.
I was gonna watch I think the last time I tried to watch like a whole WrestleMania thing was like, well, I did watch all of last year's. Now that I say that shit, I remember trying to watch it in 2016, and I just couldn't. I just it just kind of killed my soul trying to watch it. I was like, no, this is bad. Like, I can't finish.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yes.
What do you do if you're Asuka? Do you just shut up and just ride your contract and get paid until it's time to leave, and then you bounce?
Why not?
Or do you open your mouth and say something? Because this is the reason why I believe WWE have too much talent. Because if you get to do shit like this for people like Asuka, AEW could snatch her up, or she could easily go back to Japan, and they'll make her a huge star again.
Well,
or is that the best place for her to get paid in WWE?
True.
That's the scary thing is, you know, writing this out and then writing out the next one and then retiring.
So I don't know how much y'all followed her before the WWE when she was just Kana, but before she went to before she came to the WWE and NXT and all that, she had basically done everything she was going to do in Japan. I mean, how many times can she beat Mako, who's, I mean, in my opinion, the legit best women's wrestler on the planet is Mako Satomura. So she's being put over like the best woman on the planet already in Japan. what more is she going to do there? So, I mean, coming to the WWE was a good idea. And, I mean, you can't say it didn't help her and they haven't given her stuff. She has, like, the biggest undefeated streak I can think of.
Yeah.
And she's the first women's Royal Rumble winner. And,
She was so over in NXT. They loved her in NXT.
Oh, yeah.
Like insane.
Her NXT women's title reign is like was great. It's one of those examples where you go, "Oh, look." I mean, the way it ended is not so great, but
yeah.
That's the thing is, what does she want to do left with her life? I mean,
how old is she?
She's in the mid-30s, right? She's in the mid-30s.
I think it's late, but.
Yeah, I want to say she's born in 81 or something. So I'm not good at math, so someone else would have to do the math there. But,
1 + 1 is 4.
She's 37.
Okay. So I mean, she it probably doesn't matter that much to her. I say that, I don't know.
I mean, if she's got 2 years left on her current deal, I think that's right. She's got at least a year, maybe 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And, if that's what, if she's 40 when she's done with that, and she can kind of do whatever she wants. I mean, at this point.
All right. Well, here's another angle to look at it, right? What if she pulls a Becky Lynch? After all this bad is done to her, she's taken off TV for a little bit, and then boom, she comes back with a change of attitude, almost like Becky Lynch, and just runs roughshod over everybody.
I don't know.
I mean, is that a possibility?
I don't know. I don't think they're going to book her like that. No. Not anytime soon. Whatever happens at WrestleMania is going to ride for a while.
Yeah.
Also,
so she's probably going to end up more buried after WrestleMania than before.
Well, yeah. Well, it all depends if Ronda resigns or not, right? Because then if Ronda resigns, then obviously going to keep the strap on Ronda Rousey. So that's one less strap for her to go for. That's one less strap that she be pushed against.
I don't know if they're ready for the Twitter storm of Becky fans if Becky does not win the damn belt.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. Cause I kind of feel bad for her. But then, she's probably getting paid out the ass too. So.
I mean, I was when I saw she was trending like on Tuesday night, I was like, oh, why is she trending? And then when I looked to see, and I was like, oh shit, they took the belt off her. I was kind of pissed off, but
apparently, from what I was reading, that decision was made earlier that afternoon. It wasn't even a long-term deal.
Wow.
It was made same day. I mean, why is WWE all of a sudden turning into WCW? Like, I need to change this, or I need to rebook this person, or do this and do that. Everybody's scrambling. I mean, you got to show that setup. Everybody's going to watch WrestleMania, or like I was like, a lot of people are already going to watch WrestleMania. Why are you fucking with the characters and the storylines and the bookings already? Why are you doing all this?
I mean, it could be to do what you said, to do the whole the 4 horsewomen thing at the end.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense, actually.
If Ronda was sticking around, then and there was a title unification thing, then I could see that as well. But it doesn't seem like they want to do a title unification thing though, because WWE was made a point on social media to be like, the SmackDown title will not be on the line in the main event. So but that can change.
What's the point of all? Okay, so let me ask. This is why I want to slap Vince in the back of the neck. Okay, so you have a Raw Women's Champion and a SmackDown Women's Champion, right? But all you have is one tag team champion. Why?
Right.
I mean, this whole thing with the straps is like, it's all fucked up.
Well, I think part of the deal with the just the one tag team title, they're putting it out there to see if it could actually be supported on two brands, which I mean I would just out of time constraints, I just don't think they have I don't think they have enough women and enough time to really showcase two sets of two sets of women's tag team belts.
I like what they're doing where they travel to NXT and SmackDown, stuff like that. I think it should have been actually one women's champion, have her travel to SmackDown, NXT, shit like that. Have the champion have like an old school NWA feel to it where like I got to travel different territories, but obviously you're traveling to the same company, but it's NXT. You go to NXT UK, Raw, SmackDown. I mean, that would have been kind of cool, but I guess Vince, he's doing what he's doing. Who knows? Yeah, I'm going for Becky Lynch too, even though I'm not a ginger.
But really, the best way that they could, the best thing that they could do with Asuka is let her pull into those old, really evil personas, that clown look, or the bloody face look, these, that kind of that zombie-ish look. I mean, that's where she would have to be. If she's not going to get a lot better at English, then she really needs to tap into into being an evil heel and just be able to convey that, without words.
I know James can jump in on this too, but towards the end of her NXT women's title reign, she was doing a heel like thing, but it was kind of like a prima donna like kind of heel thing, and it worked super well. But
it was working. Then she got hurt.
Yeah, she got hurt.
But also,
Angie, what's up? Oh, Angie, I'm so sorry.
The problem with that is that's exactly what Charlotte is.
Charlotte should be.
We don't need another heel like that. We need something that's separates her from the rest. Something uniquely her.
I say dress her up as Pennywise the clown and have her scare the shit out of everybody. That's it.
Although I have seen discussions online where people, because people always want her to do the sort of clown makeup stuff that she did in Japan. And people always say, well, I always see replies. They're like, oh, so you want the WWE to bring up Doink when they mention her. And every time I see that, I go, they're right. They will tie Doink to this in commentary or something.
The fans will. They can take and tell everybody that's announcing to shut up. But some asshole, but that's like, it's kind of like the some of the dumbass shit that fucking, so one of these other wrestlers, will tell, one of these other girls to pull in a promo that, somebody you didn't even, you don't even think of, it's like they're not thinking of, but, somebody else is,
Also, I wonder if the WWE would be hesitant because when she was doing a lot of that stuff in Japan, she was also doing kind of weird, I'm trying to think the way to put this, sometimes slightly crazy lesbian tones to it when she did it in Japan. Would they be worried about someone might go, oh, look at when she did this in Japan and throw this footage everywhere?
Everybody just needs to calm the fuck down and just, they just do. Take Asuka and have her do the thing that she does best. It could be a mixture of a gimmick from Japan. It could be the lesbian angle. It could be the clown angle. Have it rolled into one as a heel and just go for
I
it.
don't.
Okay.
I don't think in 2019 in WWE you're going to see
I know.
an evil lesbian.
I know, but it would be like, fuck it, why not? I'm so tired of people saying, like, you can't do this, you can't do that. I get it, but it's wrestling, it's entertainment, and if you're that sensitive, you shouldn't be watching in the first place. Fuck it. That's just my take,
Did y'all see that thing with Jim Ross this week? People were pissed off at him.
No, what do you say now?
He was talking about the Kofi Kingston stuff, and he said that he wished they wouldn't bring race into the angle. He said race, religion, and politics have no place in wrestling, and people got super pissed at him. They said it's always been in wrestling, and they're bringing up examples. He's like, that doesn't make it. He kept saying it. That doesn't make it right. That didn't make it right, and all this stuff.
I mean, come on, it's that's kind of ridiculous to say, obviously, because how many times have we seen bad gimmicks? Like the right to censor was political, right? That gimmick absolutely sucked, but at the same time, it got over. And then, how about Vince McMahon taking on God? I mean, come on, man. I mean, there's a lot of things that are like, okay, and you just like, yeah, fine. It is what it is, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, everybody makes, every promotion, stuff like that has something in it that somebody's not going to be happy with. Like how many times WCW has Scott Hall throw up on camera? I mean, that shit was ridiculous.
I tried to forget about that, James.
It was brutal,
Do y'all remember WrestleMania 19, the build up to Triple H, Booker T? They had a lot of racist kind of shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of racist shit.
And, I mean, it was built up to a point that Booker T should have. I mean, you'd be like, Booker T has to win because this racist stuff has gone into it, but he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, even when it was Luger versus Ron Simmons back in 92, that was
Thank you, Zeus.
Sorry.
It was, man.
Yeah,
and here's something else. Like, I remember.
I felt bad for Ron Simmons. He had to carry Luger the entire match.
But like, when this I'm going way back in Georgia, like to the early 80s, like maybe like 81, 82, and Tony Atlas came through, and he was doing his babyface Black Superman gimmick. And it was great because the kids loved him, and he was smiling, and he was awesome. And I remember he went after Ric Flair for the world title, or I can't remember for sure if it was the world title or not. It might not have been, but anyway, they were going after each other, and I remember, Flair in the promo, definitely, he said, this is not about race. This is about me being the best, and you and your big muscles and your, you think being a fun-loving, happy-go-lucky kind of a guy is gonna beat me, and I remember at times that, that there's, we shouldn't have, race issues in wrestling, but there are.
Yeah,
but and then there's just and then when they make the stories overly edgy or whatever. I mean, you remember when DX told the Nation of Domination that somebody said the N-word?
Yeah.
I mean, that was cringy too, man.
You brought up Tony Atlas. Remember when they put him in that fucking Samba Simba gimmick?
Oh god!
Oh my god, that was brutal.
That was so
everybody talks about, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You had the world heavyweight champion. He was promoting getting laid and drinking. He said, "I'm a style of profile. I want all the ladies to come to my hotel room. Woo, Space Mountain all night long. Woo, okay." And drinking and this and everybody was loving it. I didn't hear people bitching about it back then. Oh my God, he's talking about getting laid and getting drunk. Everybody was down for that. you know. But you know, everybody gets to pick and choose. Oh, you know, I don't like this, but this is okay. You know, there are things that are bad, like you know, like the Sama Simba, that was brutal. Okay, that should have never happened. Okay, but you know, then there are other things that should have just stood out of wrestling altogether, i.e., Lex Luger. But that's a whole other issue. You know, people should just, you know, people just need to, you know, take it down. Unfortunately, the place that we live in, the time we live in, there is too much bigotry, and it's sad, and it's bleeding into our sports entertainment. And everybody's hypersensitive, you know, everybody's oversensitive, hypersensitive, and you know, I get it, but I want to see the best gimmick for the best character. You know, if your best gimmick is to play, you know, if you want to put on a cape or play a superhero, I don't give a shit if you're black, white, green, yellow, red, male, woman. If it works for you, it works for you. Okay? And if the people don't understand that, then that's their issue. That's just me. That's just my opinion. You know, I'm just tired of people, you know, oh, you know, this is this and this is that. You know, I don't like this and I don't like that. Calm down, pipe down, Junior. Eat a fat one and relax. It's fucking wrestling.
You know that I'd always heard, you know, from way back. I mean, not too far back, but when one of Samoa Joe's earlier contracts had come up in TNA, that he was actually the one that was that they wanted to be Umaga. He was the original, you know, guy that they wanted to put into that gimmick, and he was like,
that's
"Oh hell no!"
Yeah,
you know, it's like I am not a mute savage that's going to be led around, you know, like a monster. You know,
he cuts amazing promos. They're going to take that out of his gimmick, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's like that, and it's like, you know, I mean, he, you know, I you know, you got to applaud a guy like that that's smart enough to know it's like it's probably not good for. You know, not good for me. And you know, was it good for what's his name? Yeah, it was probably fine for him.
He's dead now.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he passed away.
Was it Jamal or Rosie?
I think it's
Jamal.
Jamal, yeah. Rosie died not that long ago too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the shit. Superhero training.
But yeah, but I mean, still, I mean, you know, it's kind of then. I mean, still, I mean, you know, the Umaga gimmick is still a little. That's a little cringy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you know, the face. You know, it's like. I mean, it's like, look, nobody's tattooed. Nobody has a tattoo that looks like paint on their face. Stop calling it a tattoo, because it's clearly not a tattoo. You know, I don't care if it's tape, paint, tar. I don't care what it is, but that's not a tattoo on his face.
It's a fucking Sharpie, man.
I mean, it was paint. It was paint or a sticker or something. I don't know what it was. It could have been corn syrup, for all I know. But it sure the hell wasn't a tattoo. You know.
Oh man.
But
although,
I get it though. I get it.
Umaga did have that awesome match with John Cena. That's everyone always brings that up. But yeah, he did have that. Awesome.
Rest in peace.
He did have that awesome
match. Melissa says he had a great match with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, James?
I just want to give a quick shout out to Angie real quick and apologize for that brutal Dodger game last night. They absolutely sucked. There was 29 men left on base in the entire game. What the hell is going on? So I just want to say that. Sorry about that, Ange. Yeah.
Wowza.
Yeah, because baseball season just started, so you know, I'm all pumped up. I'm hype. But yeah, I mean, and you know, and you know, just to get away from the WWE a little bit. I mean, there's a big show going on in Madison Square Garden weekend.
Incredible!
Oh, huge show. Hey, Zeus, you want to break that down?
Yeah, we can talk about some of those matches. They just shot everybody a kind of a curveball. You know, originally it was supposed to be the tag team title. Match was supposed to be the Briscoes against the Guerrillas of Destiny for both sets of belts.
Right.
And but the Briscoes lost the belts.
Yes.
So thankfully, they decided to make it a fatal 4-way for both sets of titles.
Nice.
Now it's Guerrillas of Destiny versus Brody King and PCO, the actual Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions.
Villain Incorporated.
I love PCO. It's awesome.
Yeah. Him and then Evil and Sonata could walk away with both sets of belts too.
Yep.
So they are that's a new 4-way match for both sets of titles. We have Will Ospreay putting the never openweight title on the line against Jeff Cobb and his Ring of Honor TV title. Whoever wins that match walks away with both belts.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
this card is ridiculous.
Yeah, and it is noteworthy to say that there was a tag team match, I believe it was during the New Japan Cup, where Ospreay got the pin on Jeff Cobb with the Stormbreaker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the added power for Ospreay is serving him well, and that could foreshadow this match. Bully Ray has shoehorned himself into the pay-per-view. He's
on what, a New York street fight?
Yeah, it's an open challenge. Hopefully the greatest, most fun gaijin babyface of New Japan, the IWGP US champion Juice Robinson, will answer the challenge for that. Since he's not already on the card. Let me tell you something, fellas. Juice Robinson.
You know who should answer that challenge? It's fucking Devon Dudley. There you go.
But at that G1 Cup final, Juice Robinson versus Chase Owens was a great fucking match.
Really? Yeah, I tell you, I got newfound respect for him after I saw Juice Robinson live. I was like, he can go. He can go.
Let me tell you, this is easily the best match that I've seen Juice Robinson in. It was fantastic. And I mean, the Bullet Club was coming hard for that U.S. title. And they pulled out all the stops to try to beat him and bamboozle him and the refs and everything. And that was one of the best matches of the year. I'm not even shitting you guys. As far as just getting into it and just, he did a great job, no lie. So he definitely deserves to be on this card.
And they're Battle Royal too, right?
What's that?
Is there going to be a Battle Royal?
Yeah, there's a pre-show honor rumble.
Right.
That I think everybody will be able to watch on the websites. I think Jushin Liger is going to be among the guys in that. Roosh is facing Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know that Hana and Sumi Sakai are going to face Hazuki and Kagetsu in a Stardom tag team match on this show as well.
Now, is Stardom having their own show?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
And
I think it's on Friday.
Yeah, and they're all wrestling too. So, so they're pulling in some double duty. There's a great vignette where Hana's begging Sumi Sakai to wrestle her at MSG, and then Oedo Tai just comes in, just shoves him into another room, tells him to go fuck off and shut up, and tells everybody at Madison Square Garden we're going to be there. So so that's a good one.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, and so Ring of Honor World Title Triple Threat Ladder Match: Jay Lethal against Marty Scurll versus Matt Taven.
No.
And here's the scary thing. If Marty wins here at Ring of Honor, he takes that momentum to the Crockett Cup. He could end up as Ring of Honor and NWA World Champion by the end of this month.
You do belt versus belt at the Crockett Cup? That would be hot.
Yeah.
That would be hot.
That would just be a crazy. I mean, you talk about a guy coming out of nowhere for this year.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you have the build-up because you've had this huge build-up all year so far with the whole thing against, Jay Lethal and Matt Taven, and Matt Taven's a.k.a. fake championship, a.k.a. world championship, a.k.a. the Purple People Eater belt, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
The busted up piece of crap.
Yeah. Or otherwise known as is the new Gumby belt, that piece of shit that he wears.
I'm laughing because Gumby is defending that belt at the show.
Who?
Against Tanahashi.
Oh my God! Please, come on. How do you not put Tanahashi over?
Well, he might. He might.
He better go over.
Yeah. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight title is on the line.
That's going to be a sick match.
This is going to be a great match. Taiji Ishimori against Bandito versus Dragon Lee, all in a triangle.
Oh,
crazy!
That's yeah.
That may be one of the best booked matches of the year.
I'm gonna need a few juice boxes for that one.
I mean, Dave Meltzer better get out his box of stars because.
Oh please!
He's throwing them everywhere.
Fuck that shit, Zeus.
That guy needs to just. That guy just needs to. He just needs to stay quiet and disappear to obscurity. Just shut the fuck up.
Once he went beyond 5 stars, it's like, okay, stop it.
He jumped the shark. Yeah, when he went to 6 stars for Omega and Okada, and then 7.
He's gone to
like come on, stop.
Yeah, it's like. Look, Okada, Omega, none of those matches is even whatever to like Flair, Steamboat, and all these other great matches. Like, just stop it.
Okay, stop. They're not even in the same sentence. Number one, okay,
right?
So I mean, come on, that's not even close. I mean, yes, it was good, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's nowhere near Flair Steamboat. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and if those matches are just 5 stars, like the Anyway, sorry. Yeah. Go on.
Well, and then we have the New Japan Cup winner Kazuchika Okada against Jay White for the IWGP Heavyweight title.
Now, all of us have been going back and forth on this match. So actually, I'm still saying that it's all set up for Okada to go over.
Right, and I think
it's been
you're
set
wrong.
up since Jump Street. Yeah, it's been set up since Jump Street.
No.
This whole tournament wasn't. This whole G1 wasn't set up for him to win it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. And
listen.
Go ahead.
Only four out of the last 17 New Japan Cup winners have won their title shot.
Right. Okay.
So it's far from a guarantee. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is they spent 2018 building Jay White up to be a big monster heel. Okay, because like I said, anytime that somebody tells me, even New Japan, when they say, "Oh, we weren't thinking that Kenny would leave," no, you were ready.
Yeah,
you might not have known, but I think Gato knew.
Yeah,
and I think that that the way that they booked,
I agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, Jay White is easily poised to be the big heel guy for the Beyond. Now, I think that it's going to be some shenanigans, and Jay White retains. But later this year, maybe at Dominion or something, that Okada will work himself back into another title shot and then maybe win it. But I don't think he wins it this soon.
Okay. Okay.
I
What do
mean,
you think, Pedro?
I don't know if he's winning it here or later, but I do think Okada's winning it to set up Okada Naito at the Tokyo Dome next year.
I agree that too. I agree with
Because
that. Too.
I think they've telegraphed too much. This whole Naito wants to be Intercontinental and IWGP at the same time.
IWGP, yeah.
And also, like, if he has a third Tokyo Dome match for the title against Okada and finally wins, it goes with their long-term booking kind of stuff they like to do.
Yeah, and it'd be great because if he beats Okada on his own without the LIJ helping out, that would really super solidify everything that his fans want, that he's really earned over the last couple of years. And another match for the show is Naito defends the Intercontinental title against Kota Ibushi.
Yep,
that should be good.
And that Kota Ibushi Naito match from the New Japan Cup first round was outstanding.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I mean, they were good. Yeah, that was just banging back and forth. I mean, it was, just really.
I was watching some of the cut matches last night on Access, and it was okay. Because I definitely want to throw my shoe at Gumby on my TV. I was like, I mean, this guy is brutal. He fucking looks like a rubber band. Okay. I'm like, dude, sell, put an expression on your face,
Right. Oh yeah, it's he could be Umaga.
Yeah. No, I weigh 40 pounds.
Let's put some paint on his face and he can be the unstoppable monster.
Oh my God.
Please, we'll get lost in the paint. Come on, man. The paint would be too heavy for him.
Oh my God.
I got a neck injury supporting this thin layer of
face paint.
I got Christmas tree paint on my face.
I gotta wear neck brace.
On this show, did you mention that Mayu Iwatani's defending the women's title against Kelly Klein for they're having a third fucking match?
We know what that means.
Yeah.
That means Kelly Klein's gonna go over.
Yeah, but she's so bad. She's so bad.
Yeah, she is bad. She is.
I mean, she may be a lovely person. Like, I'm not disparaging the person, but in the ring, she's terrible.
Yeah, I think she can get better in the ring. I think, okay, I saw her live, and I'm like, I see a little something there. But
I did not.
It's there, but it's just somebody's got to slap it out of her. I mean,
I saw her
just like hit her in the back of the head. Come on, get it going.
I saw her versus Britt Baker, and they were both awful in that match. It was such a bad match. And when I saw that both her matches against Mayu so far, and the first one was better.
I like that.
And watching the second one wasn't as good, but I realized like Kelly was as bad in that match as she was when I saw her against Britt Baker, but it's the opponent making more of the offense or whatever. And I was like, man, it reminded me of that Ali versus Shotzi Blackheart match from Impact, because Ali always her offense looks so bad because she's so slow and she's in a way unathletic, like in what she does, and nothing looks impressive, and it usually just looks awful. Everything she does looks so bad. And then
no Chelsea Green, that's for sure.
And then I saw her against Shotzi Blackheart once on Impact, and Shotzi Blackheart made everything look like she was getting killed, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, she made Ali look so great, and I haven't seen this with any other opponent. And I thought of it watching the Mayu Kelly Klein matches, because it's like the right opponent can make you, even a bad performer, look great.
Oh, Zeus, real quick.
Definitely.
I was watching George South versus Ric Flair at the WWE Network. I just want to let you know. That shit was funny.
That's great. Well, because they only wrestled 250 times.
Yeah. They actually had it on one of the classics. I was like, oh shit, look at this. So I watched it.
Well, one of the 500 times that
Yeah.
that George South says that he wrestled Ric Flair.
It was one of the ones in the TV studio. So it was cool.
Real quick, James. Real quick. I just want to tie back to something we talked about earlier about Asuka and the others not being on. Like, say they went from being a potential title match on the show to being in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Silas Young has been very vocally unhappy with Ring of Honor because they're like
he's not on the show.
Yeah, he's not on the show. We haven't even heard about him being in the Battle Royal, although I imagine he will be.
I like Silas Young, man. He's a great heel.
But it goes back to that thing that Zeus was bringing up. You sometimes you can't fit everyone on the show.
But there's got to be there's got to be the way to work in the regulars. Okay, I mean, you can easily put him in the Battle Royal.
Yeah,
I mean
that's about it. I mean, really.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not happy with that, cool. I get it. I mean, because I saw him pull double duty that night. So
yeah,
I mean, it's
and that match against Jeff Cobb that you saw,
match against Jeff Cobb
he was. I mean, I love Jeff Cobb, but he was kind of better than Jeff Cobb in that specific match.
He was carrying that match. He was carrying that match. And Silas Young told me to shut the fuck up. So I like it. So it's pretty good. But hey Pedro, there was some Lucha Underground news, weren't they?
Yeah, they released a bunch of people. No.
Yes, they did. Hey, Zeus, can you release complain now?
What's that?
I was going to ask you, is there any excuse for Evilise now?
Oh, no. I mean, that's the thing now. I mean, if nobody books her now, then she's got nobody to blame.
Yeah. Because, hey, everybody else is getting booked with no problem.
Evilise, Joey Ryan, Cobra Moon / Thunder Rosa, and El Hijo del Fantasma all gone, right?
They're gone.
Right.
Am I missing anyone or?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. I think it's those four.
Mean, from what they were saying on the MMM show, is that basically, they just weren't allowing people, on, to wrestle for people that had TV deals. And that it was kind of a tedious process where you had to go and ask, can I go wrestle here? Can I go wrestle there? It sounded like a, kind of a pain in the ass at the very least. And, if you wanted to go to somewhere like, WWE, NXT, then you weren't going to be able to go at all. So, it kind of makes you.
Yeah, I'm sad too, Melissa. I'm sad too.
Yeah, I'm very sad, and that's we might still. I mean, there's still an outside chance for this happening, but I mean, I don't even know, how you would begin a season 5 at this point with all this, with all of this that's gone on, and I mean they ruined a lot of their momentum.
Yes, they did
during season 3 with that long break.
Yes, they did, and then they put out a subpar season 4, and it did not help. After that,
that didn't help. But I mean, there was a lot of people. I mean, I met a lot of people when I was watching season 2 that weren't really wrestling fans,
right.
that were into. That were into, Lucha Underground, and they kind of got all turned off when, it's like, well, we're going to have to sit around and wait for another 6 months before, we get the rest of the season. Why, Yeah.
You're talking about the season 3, how they split it up.
Yeah. That 6 month break in the middle.
That really killed shit because a lot of people were like, "Fuck this!" Like we got to wait till the summer comes around.
Yeah, yeah. It was, and if they had filmed season 4 during that time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you think about it right now, we could be watching season 7.
Yeah.
There's no reason we couldn't be watching season 7 right now. You know, that's just a fact. You know, it should be on TV right now. We should be, you know, marking out every Wednesday. We should be starting every show, you know, with a Lucha Underground recap like we started.
Yeah, exactly.
Melissa just said, let's put it this way. If there is no announcement for filming before the beginning of May, then it is not going to happen.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Melissa. I'm going to have to agree with you.
I think she's right.
I think you're right, yeah.
Hey, and on the Cobra Moon thing, you know, they had Cobra Moon on WoW this past season, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If you go look up, because they made a separate WoW account for Cobra Moon on Twitter.
For her, yeah.
If you go look it up, guess what?
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may write her out for the next season.
Yeah, she's gone.
That's sad,
I mean, like I said, I mean, I think that was kind of like an olive branch, you know, for her saying, you know, it's like it's like we'd like to do something for you because, I mean, you know, of over the overall, you know, the bad way a lot of the stories went in season 4 were the Reptile Tribe and Cobra Moon was outstanding.
Yes.
In season 4. I mean, she slithered, she snaked. You know, that the you know, who would have thought that inserting an undead Jeremiah Crane into the Reptile Tribe would be awesome, but it was. I mean, they worked so good together as the trio champs and just as a trio in general. You know, their story was great. You know, that was a great show of how good that the writers can shine poop when it happens on the fly sometimes.
And then also like her
I totally agree, Zeus. You hit the nail on the head.
Her charisma and mic work like jumped up tremendously in that season. Not that it was bad before, but she went from being good to like you had to watch her. Like she just commanded your attention. And
yes, she had so many things going for her before season 4 started, and then you know the promos just killed it. And like
she got my attention.
And you know, I'll tell this.
So did Mariposa, but that's another story.
Oh my goodness!
Hey,
I was thinking that. I was thinking that when you said the way you said that made me think about you and that.
And I'll tell this. It's okay, but I mean, I'll tell this 100 times. But that ending of the trios title match where you know they're breaking Sonny's arm. And, and Cobra Moon has she's on top of Evil East, pulling her by the hair and just making her watch it happen. You know, I mean, awesome, that was fucking grade A fucking Ruda heel work right there.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
That was hot. You know, that's a hot storyline. That's a hot angle. You know, and they worked it too. I mean, they fucking worked the shit out of that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that was just.
It was great. It was great. And then we got Wade Barrett. Oh.
No.
Well, once again, you know, the whole visa situation, you know, that was outside of their control. And but, you know, like if you look at, you know, how some of our favorites have, you know, kind of benefited from all this craziness. I mean, I firmly believe in my head, and I always will believe this, you know, whatever happens, that if Penta and Phoenix had gone to NXT, that they would have been huge hits there, and within 6 months they didn't get called up to the main roster, and nobody would understand what was going on. Nobody would buy it because those people that main roster fans don't watch NXT.
I know.
And they would have seen these guys come in and they would have been like, "Oh, I'm not buying this crap because these guys are just like Lucha House Party."
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're just the bad guys. They should just fight Lucha House Party guys because they're just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Why do these people look like that? They don't understand anything outside of that WWE universe, and they would have been miserable. Yeah. And the reason that Ray is over is because Ray's been over for 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Ray transcends everything. And
yes, he does.
He's fucking amazing, even though they got him in the weirdest goddamn ring gear I've ever seen. I don't know who's designing his shit, but he looks goddamn weird right now. Pardon my language. Anyway, but he's Ray. Andrade doesn't have a mask anymore, and so that's part of the reason he's working. Plus,
he's a great wrestler too, but they tone him down.
Right, but he's also working with Ray. Yeah. So he worked his ass off, in NXT, and he worked his ass off. He's been working hard in WWE, but once again, there's a downgrade between that style of NXT and WWE.
Yeah.
It's like, well, let's do it a little slower and a little safer, and then if it gets a little sloppy, it's okay because we're trying to do our thing here.
Yeah.
We want to tell our stories and have you're just kind of filler. Which is shitty, but it's true. I mean, guys that come over, end up being filler. If they're not part of the biggest, if they're not part of the biggest story, you're just kind of filler, which is sad.
No, I gotta agree with you. Just 100%.
Last night, YYH and I were marking out over some clip on Instagram of Rey Mysterio. It's from one of those the things where they have the 2 rings set up, and he jumps on one rope, jumps to the rope of the other ring, and then jumps off that, and Hurricane Rana rolls up Super Carlo.
That's from Fall Brawl '96.
Yeah. Okay, so we were marking out about that, and so I just thought about that because it was just last night. Was going like, oh man,
Instagram,
classic Ray from back in the day, still amazing.
What is Instagram? I don't know what Instagram is.
It's an app thing. It's like Twitter, but pictures.
It's kind of like MySpace.
Like MySpace.
It's like
because you can just follow anybody,
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Instagram. I gotta look into this. I hear because I'm pretty sure it should be big, right?
It's kind of a big thing.
Really? I just gotta look into that.
Melissa's like, James, peer pressure, Instagram.
I don't know. Maybe. I think I shall investigate this.
I just thought about it because, you were saying Ray's been over for 30 years.
Yeah, that was Winston-Salem, 1996. Awesome. Yeah, and that was for the WCW Cruiserweight title.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, and Ray, that's on one of it's like on the Best of Ray DVD from WWE, and like you said, that was like that might be the first and only time he double rope jumped a West Coast pop.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, I'm trembling, double Y, double H. I'm trembling. I got nervous thumbs. Right now.
Oh my goodness!
But,
Instagram. What is that?
Ray and Andrade are both on that that Andre the Giant battle royal, aren't they?
Oh God!
Yeah.
I believe
Michael Cho. So is Michael Che and fucking Colin Yost from SNL. Really?
Oh fuck, that's right.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I argue with people all the time. I try not to, but a battle royal is a terrible match. It is. It's not like
it's not good optics.
No, because everybody's in there at one time. That's why, like, the reason the Royal Rumble, does so well is because, you start with 2, and then you start bringing in more people, and the amount of people can vary, but it's never 30 fucking guys.
That's my favorite gimmick
in
there. The Royal Rumble.
I mean, it's a terrible match, and I don't like them, and I really don't. I mean, that's the best time to go use the restroom is during a battle royal.
I saw
they go on too long, and
I saw the what's
that's
it called?
when I go to the kitchen and get a juice box.
At WrestleMania 17, I was there live. I saw the battle royal they had with all the old stars. They had like Sergeant Slaughter, Iron Sheik.
The Legends.
Yeah, the Legends battle royal. That was awful.
Actually, you know why Iron Sheik won that battle royal, right?
Oh no, why? Oh, because he couldn't bump her.
Yeah, because he couldn't go over the top rope. He couldn't go over the top rope and land on his feet.
Here's something interesting. They were asking, the NWA Twitter was asking people who they thought the greatest NWA World Champion of all time was.
No brainer.
No brainer. Say it. Say who you think.
Okay, I would say Ric Flair, but I can easily make a case for Harley Race.
See, that's number 2 and number 3. You're wrong.
What?
You're wrong. Okay, Pedro.
Please don't. I don't want to hear about George Hackenschmidt and all that bullshit. No.
Luthez?
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
Luthez.
Wow. Luthez was NWA World Heavyweight Champion in 3 different decades. 3 different decades for over 10,000 days as world champion.
Yeah, well, nobody changed the belt back then.
No, that's not.
You can't compare. You can't compare.
Absolutely.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
Yes, you can, because Bruno had an 8-year run. Bruno had an 8-year run during the Harley Race era.
Yeah.
Backlund's reign was 5 years.
Yeah, everybody was keeping the belt on their champion. Everybody kept the belt on their champion. Everybody. So, all these long reigns are all because they wanted to build up their guy. Okay? So, you're not going to play half a table with the belt.
Right, but also about Luthez is if he didn't believe in the challenger and they told him that he was supposed to put the other guy over, he wouldn't fucking do it, and he would make the guy tap out. That was
you can't do that these days.
Right, but I mean, he was literally the, they called him the shooter.
Right.
Because if he didn't want to lose that match, he wasn't going to, and he was going to put you in a chicken wing and make you scream out until they rang the bell.
No, I understand what you're saying, Zeus, but see, to me, it was Race and Flair, because those guys went into everybody else's territory. And they had to do business where sometimes people didn't want to do business.
But that is the same thing.
Yeah,
that Luthez did. Luthez was doing that in the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Okay, let's get real honest here. Okay. For most of us, we're going to say Ric Flair, or we're going to say Harley Race because TV and our generation, what we saw, right?
J-Bone, what's up?
What you're saying, Zeus, is not incorrect. Like he dealt with the same things that James is bringing up, but almost even more extreme because there were so many shooters back at one point in time.
Yeah, and Luthez went to Japan and wrestled Rikidozan to huge record numbers. There's like 2+ million people watched them wrestle on TV in the 1960s, which is massive. I mean, that is a massive amount of the population watched them wrestle. And Luthez actually believed in Rikidozan so much he wanted to drop the world title to him, but the NWA wouldn't let him.
Right.
So that's why the NWA International title got created. It was created by Luthez so he could drop that to Rikidozan, he's like, look, you're a world champion. There's no doubt You're every bit as good as me, and I believe in you, and I want to put you over. And of course, you know, everyone knows that belt is 1/3 of the All Japan Triple
All
Crown.
Japan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and Luthez went. He went to Mexico, and he helped create that UWA World Title, and El Canek, you know, got huge credibility by beating Luthez.
Yeah.
And the UWA title was considered a world title for a long time.
Yeah, it was.
And
I'll give you that.
yeah. And, you know, same with, you know, he wrestled guys in the CWA. He went around absorbing other titles across the country. Like, he would just go out and he would beat that champion. Like, he was also an AWA world champion.
Luthez?
Yeah.
I never heard of him holding it.
It was the pre-Vern Gagne. Vern Gagne created his version of the AWA because Thez wouldn't put him over.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's also basically all of our woes today are because Luthez refused to put over Buddy Rogers for the McMahons in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when they left the you know, the NWA and, you know, formed, you know, the WWF, you know, and that, you know, that became, you know, they decided that, you know, Buddy Rogers would be their first champion, and, you know, then came the Bruno era. Yeah. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's the AWA World Heavyweight Championship Boston version, and then there's the one that we know. Okay.
Right, and then, like I said, there was a lot of other titles.
Actually, Thez and Vern Gagne had 3 matches, right? Didn't Vern and Gagne have like 3 matches? The last one they were supposed to put over Gagne, and then never happened. And that's when Gagne made his own AWA belt.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
Or he'd already formed it, because
I think he formed it already.
I think they'd had run-ins over the years. I think they were, you know, well aware and knew each other and didn't like each other. But
see, in my eyes, and you know what, all respect to Thez, and you know, everything you're saying is true, Zeus. You know, I give you props for that. It's all good. But in my eyes, it's a Flair and race. That's 1 and 1A. You know, well,
of our generation,
they put legitimate, you know.
Yeah,
that belt was held high.
I shouldn't say you're wrong, you know, because but you know, technology changed, you know, cable changed. I mean, you know, so many more people, were got exposed to Ric Flair, you know, and Harley Race, you know, as closed circuit, you know, and then cable, and then pay-per-view came around. I mean, it's just, you know, is a whole different.
And also, I mean, Ric Flair is so much more colorful than Luthez.
He put drinking and getting laid with rats on the map. Come on.
But and you know, another thing, Luthez popularized the, you know, he gets credited for the German suplex in wrestling. You know, he created the power bomb. Which is, if you ever see Luthez's powerbomb, is fucking nasty. I mean, he really, and he was a big dude. He was like 6'4", legit. Yeah. I mean, I met him at a small show in Winston, and he was still a big dude at 70 something.
Oh wow!
And he wrestled. I think he wrestled. His final match was like in Tokyo Dome against Masachono, who he trained.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did he create the STF?
Yep, he did.
Yep. Have any of you ever watched French catch wrestling from like the 40s through 60s?
No.
That's where Edouard Carpentier came from, I believe.
If you ever watch any of that old French catch wrestling, it will just blow your mind. One, the quality of the matches, outstanding. But 2, the things they're doing. I mean, you're going to see like a Hurricane Rana and stuff like in the 1940s. You're going to see just all kind of shit. You're going to be like, holy shit, what is this?
I'll have to look that up.
I used to, Harley Race to me, he was the guy I loved to hate. Because I hated Harley Race, but like I loved him, and I was like, he was so methodical in the ring, and yet because everything he did to you actually looked real. I mean, those fucking headbutts were brutal.
Oh yeah.
And his wrestling was outstanding too.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's really beating the shit out of this job, or whoever the hell this guy's beating up. And I mean, him and Flair had wars. Yeah, but then at the same time, you look at Flair have his wars with Dusty, and it was a totally different style of match, and that worked even better. So you had a champion who can adapt to different people's styles in their ring, and still have a quality match. There weren't very many guys who could do that. It was like, I'm going to fight my way, and only my way. AKA Lex Luger. I'm going to do this all the time. That's it.
Well, and Harley kind of knew when his time was coming up. I mean, that was part of the thing about, him.
Well, Harley was the pro's pro.
Right, but I mean, he was like, he'd basically been the NWA champion for the better part of 15 years. Yeah. By the time Starrcade came around, and he knew he couldn't, go anymore as much as that. And him and Flair and the the NWA board, they all decided, that was the smart play was, to move from, Harley being the principal, champion to Flair. And, and it's so funny because the NWA was, it's really the setup for the business is pretty much the way organized crime is set up. I mean, you have bosses all around the area.
Yeah, like mob style back in the day. Yeah,
right. I mean, there's some profit sharing going on. But you
don't cross into my territory.
Right. Yeah. There's no. But in this case, it's like we absolutely have to cross into the territory. With the single. If
you're asked to, right.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, that was the. That was what the NWA champion was expected to do. But yeah, right. I mean, it was, it was all very, very much like that. And then, sadly, the smaller promoters, that weren't able to get, big television deals and got their talent rated by, other places, just faded away because like Pacific Northwest in Oregon was an amazing promotion from like the 50s. Through the late 80s, and they just couldn't run anymore because they didn't have a big TV deal, and they kept losing talent to WCW and WWF, and but that happened to a lot of places. It just it was a fast moving time, but the NWA was until about 1986, that was it was really run well, and the champion got passed around, and to make everybody's top guy look good. And
I said, in my opinion, Zeus. After Crockett sold it to fucking Turner, it all went downhill.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
It all went downhill. They didn't even call it NWA anymore. It was WCW, and it all went downhill.
Right, and that was the thing is that the NWA being a separate entity, and you just once again starting in '89. I mean, you had so many.
And Jim Crockett should have never went. He should have never went west. He should have stood exactly where he was at. As soon as he started hitting Dallas and Fort Worth and Texas, it's where he thinned himself out and he ran out of money, and then he was forced to sell the fucking Turner. He should have kept it. He would have still been going today. Could have, yeah.
WCW or could still be around. I mean, the thing the thing about it was, one of the biggest things that hurt him was when the Briscoes and the other guys sold, the Georgia time slot on TBS.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Vince. Yeah. Yeah.
That was just, that cost them $1 million. And like he said, we funded WrestleMania for them in 1985 because of that.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
And that was just, that was a huge financial hit that they, it was sad that it happened, that they got, fucked over backdoored, for that. But, I think that WWF might have gone away on its own if they'd have been left on TBS because the ratings were shit.
Yeah.
And the people that were watching it.
Everybody complained. Complained. Well, you know what? That's funny because he did the same shit that Paul Heyman did with TNN, right? TNN asked for all brand new content, right? All brand new in studio content. And you know what? Heyman said, fuck that. He gave him Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn from Living Dangerously. Now, all you got to do is backtrack. It was the same thing with Vince McMahon. He was supposed to give him he was supposed to give him an in studio in ring product. Instead, he was showing tape matches from the Boston Gardens, and as you said, everybody called in and had a hissy fit, and they all complained, and all the ratings went to hell. He was showing SD Jones. Come on, man, you can't run that as your first show. Come on, half-ass crowd from the Boston Garden. They were supposed to give TBS an in-studio show. And, Vince said, fuck you, just like Paul Heyman did. But, it was all the egos getting in the way. Egos.
Hey, oh, no, sorry, go on.
No. I'm done. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna before we run out of
this fucking goddamn heart of mine, it's making me hard to speak. I'm like,
I just wanted to mention real fast that supposedly there's a rumor going on that AAA is going to announce that later in the year they're going to have a show in Madison Square Garden.
That's the rumor. Is it going to be a big show? Who knows?
Well, they said last year they were going to do one.
Yeah, they did.
That was a hot rumor about this time last year. So, we'll have
now
to see
all of a sudden Raw and SmackDown
you know
back to the Garden. You know that, right?
I mean that's a huge goal of Conan's, I believe, and I think they can make it happen between what they have and with AEW, I think they can make it happen.
Yeah.
No problem. I mean,
on their own, no.
On their own, it would be a tougher sell.
Yeah.
But I still think that as popular as wrestling has gotten, and pretty much the fact that Madison Square Garden is seeing that non-WWE shows are definitely profitable.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would probably still do it, but I think they're definitely going to do it now.
Also,
interesting.
Real quick, another bit of AAA news. They had a press conference about Triple Mania this week, and Cain Velasquez was there.
Yes,
and he did like angle stuff with Tejano, with Psycho Clown, with Penta. And he wore some weird.
Penta, right?
It was unclear who he's wrestling because he did stuff with all three of them. He did pose down, sort of, head-to-head things with all three of those guys.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about you guys, but back-to-back Triple Manias. I mean, not for nothing, but the last 2 or 3 Triple Manias haven't been all that. I'm not gonna lie, they have not. I had to start,
They are hot garbage. That's no.
Yes.
No
yeah.
I mean, isn't that why we like it now? That it's like bad, funny stuff.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if I can take Vampiro saying, "Where's my music?"
Where's my fucking music?
Yeah, let's keep your fat ass sitting in the chair this time.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Him and Conan again? I mean, come on, like, real? No.
I think they should each pick a champion. You know, like the Roman emperors or something. Each
I
pick a
think they
champion.
should have a best 2 out of 3 fucking checkers match in the middle of the ring, and then whoever wins that checkers match is the world champion. That's it.
Because the two of them having a match together is pretty much like having like 2 3-legged pigs, you know, in a fight, you know, for a damn corn cob.
I'm just imagining Vampiro now asking for his music for a checkers match. Like,
where's my fucking music? Yeah, King me, bitch. Shut up. What I mean? No. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Well,
brutal.
We need to go, but I want to thank
on that note. Always fun hanging out with everybody in the chat.
Yeah, I want to say what's up to everybody. Double Y, Double H. Thanks to Melissa, the Lego Quick, Angie. Sorry about your Dodgers. That game sucked last night. And Jay Bone, what's up, brother? I had a good show last night.
Oh yeah, Kane destroyed Brock Lesnar in
he
UFC.
did, didn't he? He did, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean he literally fucked his shit all up.
Good for him.
I mean, that was a beatdown of epic proportions. I mean, because Lesnar is not a striker. And, I mean, that's the same reason that Overeem beat him. I mean, he kicked him right in the diverticulitis. I mean, he went right after his gut and just beat the shit out of him, put him down. I mean, his losses have been terrible. I mean, the times that when Lesnar loses, he loses spectacularly.
Everybody's saying that he better not go over on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania because it's going to get ugly if it does.
I think all the baby faces really ought to win at WrestleMania, but
it really doesn't matter what they do.
Not to them.
Yeah. They Pedro don't care. Pedro,
I'm like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
I just want to see Mayu. I don't give a shit. Yeah, right.
Oh, come on.
Kagetsu.
Yeah, I have thought about getting that Stardom show.
Yeah, you see, there you go. You see,
but it's just for the show, not for.
Yeah, okay, Pedro. It's all good, buddy. It's all good.
We're going. We'll see y'all next week.
It's all good, bro.
Adios.
Peace and love.